Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Welcome to the show. Episode 47 of the Push Start Pubcast, back in Foxy. Big time.
Oh, you had so much hype. You had so much hype.
You said 5 and in, and then he didn't do 5 and in.
I threw you off.
I
said 5 and in.
You threw me a curveball.
Scared into your soul, and then you just broke down.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time to pour it up, pack it up, plug it in, and pump the bass, because it's the Push Start Pubcast, episode 47. Happy St. Patty's
Hell
Day.
yeah.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Well,
man.
Close enough.
They're listening to it, man. Be real for the audience. It's not
That's
a live.
true.
It's not a
That's
live
true.
show. Not a
That's
live
true.
show. Hey, cheers, boys. Good to be back.
Cheers, gents.
And
In honor of driving the snakes out.
Because
yeah, we're about to drive the snakes out on episode 47. Usual crew of unusual dudes. Notorious B.I.G. Denim. Chris Barnes in the building.
I really need a catchphrase at this point.
We gotta get catchphrases.
For such a good nickname,
That's the
I
key.
got nothing to follow it up with.
That's the key. Super producer Bwat, aka DJ Bodily Functions, in the building.
I have gas.
And don't we know it? And your boy,
Well, I am.
Young McDouble with Mac Sauce, aka Young White Meat Chicken Fritter. Episode 47, goddamn. Is it a year yet?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Close.
I mean, I would think
Mid-April.
that, what,
I think.
50-something episodes is when it's officially a year? Because we do it every week?
If we
And
did it
missed
every
2
week.
weeks for Christmas and Thanksgiving, so that would technically be a year.
Yes.
I want to say, yeah. So 50 will be our year.
So we're close.
Wow.
We're close.
50's gonna be a year? That's gonna sync up perfectly.
That's exciting.
That's the day we drink liquor on the show. That's the liquor cast.
Podcast turns 50. We,
That's
we,
right.
we slowly are losing hair on our heads and gaining hair on our chests and are learning an appreciation for whiskey that day.
Just losing our minds, buy ourselves a nice bottle of, one of the... What's a good label? What's a good color label for, like the... Not like the super expensive one, but like the Johnny Walker.
Yak
nice,
Walk here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, blue is expensive.
Johnny Walker.
The next step down from that is black.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the step down from that is either green or red.
Yeah, buy one of those bottles, celebrate 50, pour out some
I
whiskey.
hate Johnny Walker.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know, I just feel like it's like
I don't
expensive,
like
so it must be
scotch.
good.
I really don't
Ah,
like scotch.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Now, this is gonna be episode 50, we're just gonna get shit-faced and talk about just... Shots! I don't like scotch, man. No, shots! But why not? We'll do it up.
So I have a follow-up from last episode.
Yes!
To kick off this episode, I noticed I say like a lot.
Uh-huh. So have I.
John does too. It's unfortunate that John is unfortunately under the weather today that couldn't make it to this recording.
Yeah, he's celebrating the
From here on
festivities.
out,
John does the like and then waits about 20 seconds and then says his point.
from here on out, if I say the word like,
I mean,
I
I
drink
do too.
twice and y'all drink once.
Interesting.
No thank you.
Okay.
If John says like, he drinks twice and we all drink once.
Don't punish me for your bad
This
habits.
is the new Destiny, or Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Drink 3.
Yeah, it's not replacing those.
In addition to, I think we gotta drink more.
We're done with those games, though. Unless there's another DLC coming out that I haven't... Is there
Well,
another
you
DLC?
never know. I mean, they keep coming back. Like, they keep being referenced. I played a Division. The Division is like so-and-so, and so-and-so makes you drink. So, see, I was nice there.
Yeah.
I am going to do my
Don't
utmost
do
to
it.
not say the word, this one doesn't count, to say the word like. Because I'm bad at that. I noticed I say it all the time.
It happens. It's a filler word for when you're trying to think.
You're just
Fine.
the Cali girl on the show. You're the- like, so crazy. Like, this game, guys, like...
It's
Big Cali Denim in the house.
Big Cali Denim, that's what I'm all about.
Whenever I'm editing
He's
this,
going.
I
back
hear
to
that
Cali,
and
Cali.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all have our thing.
It happens.
Yeah, but is harder, or that makes a little bit more sense because, we're trying to somewhat formulate thoughts on the go. We don't really
True.
have, I mean, we have,
I barely have thoughts.
Yeah, let's be
our
very clear.
notes are basically just, here's the topic I want to talk about, and then from there, you kind of just run with it.
It's the least amount of notes there could be and still considered notes.
Yes.
It's the very basic. Just
So
record it, one take,
the
uncut.
ums make sense. The
True.
like I just throw in there all the time. It can be mid-sentence, it's just rapid fire. It's almost like habit. I'm not even stalling, I'm just throwing it in there mid-sentence, which doesn't make sense.
Right. But it's kind of how you operate. You have the likes. John's likes, you have the butt-ums, I act black. We all have our things.
How about this?
It's all the...
How about this? If I say the word that should not be named,
Okay, Voldemort.
Okay. Yeah. If I said the dark word...
I have to drink twice if someone calls it out. If you're the one that catches me on it, you're free from having to take that drink. But everyone else has to drink.
Interesting.
So Bwat, if you call me out on it every time, don't worry, you're not going to get sloshed because you called me out on it.
Yay.
Rob, you're in it for the long haul.
I don't even notice. I mean, like, sometimes listening to
There
it
you
on
go.
playback, it's you know, it's noticeable.
Part of who you are.
But at the time, it's not, you know, we don't have, you know, mute buttons or cough buttons or individually mic'd up so we can drop that, like, formulate opinions and then just chime in. You kind of gotta do it on the fly.
Yeah.
If we had
So-
individual mics, they would hear a lot less of my body.
That's true. But who knows?
Which
Maybe
I'm
that's
hoping
maybe
will
that's
happen.
part of the charm. That's part of the appeal
I
of the
mean,
Push
you are
Start
DJ
Pubcast.
bodily functions.
I had-
so
It's kind of your calling card
I had
now.
curry tonight, so,
Oh,
you know...
good lord. It's going to be a long show.
It happens.
Curry on St. Patty's Day. Here we go. So like we always do when you're drinking when you're playing here on, and this will be the last show in Foxy.
yeah, we actually didn't even mention that.
I'll raise a glass to Foxy, so the proprietor
Well-
here...
To clarify,
What?
the last one at this Foxy apartment. Because I'm
True.
still going to be in Foxy.
Right, it'll be new Foxy. It'll be Foxy 2.
It'll be like Foxy Mansion.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
comparative to this.
So, but the last one in this Foxy.
No crazy neighbors.
Interesting.
Can we talk about some of these crazy neighbors? I don't know if we've ever
Yes.
actually divulged on that. Divulged, is that a word?
This is the time. Yeah, I don't think we've had too much
Can we talk
information.
about the dead raccoon story?
Hell yeah, this is the time.
Have you guys heard that story?
First off, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Push Start Pub YouTube channel. Check it out. All right, let's hear about the dead raccoon.
Where we sometimes talk about beer and video games, other times Game of Thrones books, sometimes movies, other times
happens.
dead raccoons. So,
Perfect.
I woke up on a typical Tuesday morning. You know, as I do, I get up around 5:45, 6.
Crazy
Take a
person.
shower. That's kind of early, so I'm kind of tired by the time I'm leaving the door by 6:15 to 6:30. I leave my door this typical Tuesday, and I find right in front of my eyeballs, in front of my neighbor's door, is a dead, delimbed, skinned raccoon stretched out and nailed to a wooden board.
Good morning.
It's the damn Sasquatch.
Yeah, I don't know if he was making a fucking David Crockett ad or what.
So there's a lot of different thoughts you have when you see something like that.
Let's also not skip over the fact, I want to paint the full picture, that they left the bucket of blood that it dripped down to right beneath it, and it was about 5 degrees that morning, so it was just a frozen
Nice.
bucket of blood, which stayed out for about 2 weeks.
So that's the key part, I feel like, because if you did it once, I mean, okay, maybe that's what you're into, but you're just leaving it there.
Not the whole raccoon, but the
The
bucket,
bucket,
of blood.
the blood bucket. You're just leaving the blood bucket to freeze and just chill outside. It's a bucket of raccoon
And
blood.
all I could think about this whole time looking at it, I was like, am I seeing what I think that's... I'm going to pretend I didn't see any of this. I'm not going to tell Kimmie. I'm going to pretend it never happened because she's going to freak.
I already have a time
I'm going to
for
go
this.
to work. And then I'm just going to come home.
It's literally the start to a harm.
And sure enough, 2 days later, Kimmie was...
Finds out,
just
of course.
Can we talk about the dead fucking raccoon outside of our apartment the other day? I'm like, well, cat's out of the bag, or should I say raccoon? Because...
Yeah, it's out of the bag and it's nailed to the wall. Good lord, yeah, so maybe for the best. But yeah, I'll raise a glass, man. We've
So,
had some good
yeah.
times over here.
Away from the crazy neighbors,
Hey,
on to the new ones.
That's right, yeah, whatever God knows what'll be next. But, you know, I'm gonna miss the sirens and the
Oh, also,
fire
so we've
trucks
had
and the
leaking
cops coming by.
ceilings all
The
year.
leaky ceilings. It's been, you know.
For the first time, it started leaking in our bedroom the other day in
See.
the light fixture from the attached to the ceiling.
That bad.
It was filling that up and leaking through the light fixture.
Not
That
good.
seems like a fire hazard.
That
Definitely
seems
fine.
dangerous.
Yeah, we're just not turning that light on for the last week that we live here.
I think that's probably for the best. Yeah, you know, it's nice over here, but maybe it's time to escape.
Fresh coat of paint, bad bones.
You could get the fire marshals back over here again.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll raise a glass to the fire marshals who barged in on Chris
Yeah.
in the middle of a gaming
Still haven't
session.
figured out if our apartment's up to code yet with the whole fire alarms. There's only one
Oh, I
in the
doubt
whole
it.
apartment.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
Although I looked it up, a lot of places don't require it in the kitchen. That's like actually pretty common.
Do you have
Yeah,
a
because there's a lot of smoke.
CO2?
That makes sense.
Do you have a carbon monoxide detector? in
That's
the
out
house?
of code.
That's, yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
one.
I was gonna say,
I'm talking about fires here, Rob. Come on.
That's true, but that shit's a silent killer, man. You wake up dead. But yeah, so this is the last one here. So
We're still alive.
we're still alive. We've made it this far. We've made it this far.
You know, it's a shame though. Less sirens in the place.
So people who are going to miss hearing the sirens every so often when we do a show in Foxy, we'll just get our own sirens and we'll just make our own noise.
Producer will be excited though. All carpeted. In
Yay.
the apartment.
Oh, I love the carpet.
No
Much
sirens,
better
no
for
motorcycles.
We've had kind of a good. We've recorded here. HQ gets like the vast majority of the shows, but we've also done. We did Franklin out at Beehalf's place.
Well, we did the nature walks of Natick.
Yep, that's true.
glorious.
The Sun Porch. Wow, that was a great place. It was lunatic landlord, but what a porch! What a sun porch! That was amazing. But yeah, we've had some good variety. So it's cheers to the future here. The new Foxy 2 or new Foxy or Foxy Mansion, whatever we're gonna call it.
Not the Foxy Lady.
Well,
That's a
now
whole
it's the
different place.
Nope, it's the Foxy Lady. Live from the
now it's
Foxy
the
Lady.
Stripcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
Foxy
whole different
Cleopatra.
podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the Push Start Stripcast. Your
Bwat.
host Foxy Cleopatra.
Let's keep this show moving, shall we? Bwat.
Sounds like an idea.
How you doing over there? What you drinking?
I'm
How's
drinking.
life?
Not
Happy
bad.
St.
It's
Patty's.
been going pretty well. I'm drinking Sublimely Self-Righteous.
Still at it.
Well, I went to go get some Evil Genius. Didn't have it. Went with my go-to. My fave.
Will the sublimely self-righteous ever become a subpar self-righteous?
I doubt it.
Will you ever get to the point where you're like, you know what? It's not so sublime anymore.
No. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's my go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's harder to find, so I guess my go-to is... I don't even know what my go-to is other than this. This is my
Rolling
favorite.
Rock.
I mean, that's cheap and easy to drink.
It's disgusting.
That's my editing beer. It's very good to just sit there.
Oh, that makes-
I don't need to pay that much
You
attention
make me
to
want
it.
to vomit.
A lot of things are
almost
making
as
sense.
much as Rolling Rock does.
Is that because of my farts or?
It's because of the Rolling Rock parts.
Yeah.
And the curry parts. The rolling curry rock parts. It's a goddamn disaster. Although it actually hasn't been that bad. And usually the farts are funny to me. A burp is kind of gross. I think burps are gross. Not really that funny. Farts, no matter how gross they smell, I still think they're funny.
They're funny on air. Yeah.
Right. It's just, it's
Whereas
classic.
the burp is like, come on, man.
It's kind of gross. Like, ugh, it's guttural. I don't like that at all.
Be
I
what?
think I usually go with like Smittix is just like a easy thing, or maybe like
Good Irish beer.
I don't know,
So I was just
something
about to ask that.
simple.
Is that your answer? I was going to ask. I was going to go around to ask everybody's go-to St. Patty's drink.
Ooh, I like that.
Smittix your go-to for St. Patty's Day.
whiskey.
Nice.
Whiskey. All right, solid
Any-
answer. But I'm talking beer.
Yeah, probably.
Smittix.
Probably.
All right.
All right. I feel like there's like a 3-part answer for me.
Definitely
There's
not
like the-
spelled that way.
The all day, like, what are you just like feasting on St. Patty's? I love just a classic Guinness. But if you're going like hard at, all day drinking affair or black and tans, mix it up a little bit.
All right. I
Or
like that.
if you're feeling like liquory, I mean a classic carbon. I love a carbon. I don't really know other Irish like drinks you'd make with Irish whiskey or like
Is that
Bailey's.
disrespectful?
So yeah, fun fact.
Yeah, don't say that
order
in
Ireland.
Don't call it that.
There's got to be another word for it, or another term to order that, right? Because like that, at the end of the day, a drink's a drink.
Right. It's a
Just-
pretty good drink too.
It's a good drink.
Call it a
You gotta drink it
sidecar.
fast.
There's a sidecar. Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
that.
A sidecar, okay.
I think I've heard that before. I might be making that up.
No, it's a shot of Jameson dropped in, or it's half JMO, half Bailey's dropped into Guinness.
That's
I
right.
don't know. I just
so
drank
maybe
it.
just order can I get a half Bailey's, half Jameson with a Guinness on the side.
Yeah, just half a Guinness. Can I have it 1 Guinness but in 2 mugs, please?
Yeah, yeah. So for me,
Yeah, what about you? What's your go-to?
I just went to Flynn's Irish Pub for dinner to celebrate St. Patty's Day early to
Shout
kind
out
of
to
avoid the
Flynn's.
rush.
Nice.
Great pub. Got some bangers and mash. My go-to on the side is a Murphy's Dry Irish Stout.
Murphy's.
I like my Guinness, but Murphy's
Ooh,
kicks
Guinness
it up
is
a
good.
notch. Guinness is good, but
Guinness is, you can only have one. And
I
you
don't
drink
want
it
to sound
slow.
like a snob, but everyone's right. It tastes better in Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you taste it.
And once I had it in Ireland once, I can't enjoy it again back home. So I go with the Murphy's Dry Irish Stout. But moving on, Bwat.
Hi.
What are you still playing these days? Still playing Pokemon?
Yes. Still playing Pokemon.
Always playing Pokemon, no matter what. I mean, that's just that's the always play.
I'm still haven't beaten the 6th gym yet, but that's... Wait, nope. 5th gym.
Okay.
That'll
Don't lie to us now. Don't lie to us.
Not to hit up the Safari Zone. I've really been playing that many video games this weekend. It was more...
You gonna go for a Kangaskhan?
Maybe.
That's
hard to
the name
catch.
of the Pokemon, right?
Yeah, Kangaskhan.
Only found in the Safari Zone, right?
Yep. Kind of hard to catch.
I still got it.
Still got it.
I'd rather go Tauros. Tauros is awesome.
Yeah, Tauros was pretty sweet.
Big bull guy. Mm-hmm. Big horns and shit. How's it going?
I remember the Safari Zone really pissing me off, though.
Yeah.
The whole, like, baiting them and...
Yeah.
It
That's
always
annoying.
seemed fluky. It
Oh,
seemed very much so up in the air compared to... Being in the wild, I feel like it's kind of up to you. You have some sort of control over it, whereas the Safari was just bullshit.
They'll just flee, or you'll get into a weird loop where you throw things in the wrong order, and you can't catch them.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can't catch them, and it's just broken. There were some issues with the first generation of games.
It's as
Still
you know,
fantastic.
I'm playing Pokemon now because of you. Fuck you, middle finger.
Fuck you, it's awesome.
For those of you at home, Chris just flipped Bwat off.
I made the bad mistake of... So I'm playing Pokemon Emerald, and I was getting to a point where I was like, should I still be using a Pokeball? Should I move up to the Great Ball? What's kind of like the... What's like the general... What level do you typically go
keep
for?
Throwing things until it catches.
And so I started looking this up online. Dude, those formulas are nuts!
Yeah, it's a lot of math.
It's like, take the level of Pokemon, multiply it by the
catch rate of the ball.
catch rate of the ball, divided by, like, that, minus the health, divided by, like, it was nuts the amount of stuff it accounted for just to determine what the catch rate was. I was like, motherfucker, he's a level 8 Abra, I just want to know if I should do a Pokeball or a Great Ball.
Great Ball.
So, I ended up...
The speed... The faster the Pokemon is, I think that affects it a little bit, too.
I think I may have ended up paralyzing him and then just throwing Pokeballs at him.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
If you can stop it from teleporting, you're fine.
I'm picturing, like, the gameplay of this, or, like, the live-action gameplay of that, and just, like, paralyzing him and just throwing a bunch of more Pokeballs at him.
That's the thing. You either had to, like, put it to sleep with speed, or you just had to throw a Pokeball and hope for the best. Because Abra would just teleport the fuck out of there.
Because usually speed makes them, stay awake all night.
You just put them to sleep with it.
Until you just draw in circles in a notebook 180 pages later.
Swift hit to the back of the head and they're out.
Yeah, so fuck looking shit up about Pokemon online.
But that's wild to think of how, like, just like, oh, it's like a kid's game. Shit is deep.
There's way more to it than you would have thought.
Complex.
Don't even get me started on EV and IV training. That shit's ridiculous. I feel like people forget. Even the first generation.
That's a legendary, like, what a game. Timeless.
Yeah, Kimmie was making fun of me because she saw me playing. She was like, you're just hitting A the whole time. I was like, well, yes, but there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, I'm choosing which Pokemon to throw out.
You have to hit B.
And then sometimes you have to hit B. For the most part, it looks like I hit A a lot more than I do because I'm so impatient that even though I know I can't skip the text, I'm still just jamming A until I can blow by all that text. Well, that's cool. Are you playing anything else? I know Pokemon's, I know, kind of like your go-to. Do you have anything else that's kind of your side?
I mean, right now, I played about an hour and a half. I think I said this on the last podcast, but I've played about an hour and a half of Tomb Raider. I haven't played that since then, so... Wait, when was the last time we recorded?
Thursday,
yeah.
Sunday,
Thursday. One of those. I really don't think... I haven't played video games. I played Rocket League. Oh. That was about it.
Played so much Rocket League.
Played a decent amount of Rocket League.
The one game we've done for the Olympics is the one game we just like immediately got hooked on after that. We're just playing exclusively Rocket League.
Speaking of which, that should be going out soonish.
Yeah, don't forget about that. That's
the
shit's
first
still
video,
happening.
And then we should be doing a recording hopefully soon, right?
Yeah, I brought the N64 over to HQ.
Okay.
So it's over there.
Yeah,
so we can practice.
We should try to bang out like 2 or 3 in one day.
The Elgato's supposed to show up at my house either Friday or Saturday, so...
Oh man, all this stuff is coming together.
Perfect.
But I do need to get a analog cable for some of the older stuff.
What if we did like the finals?
It's like $10.
The last game was on episode 50. Could we get it done in 3 weeks?
Hell no.
No.
Logistically, we can't.
I started doing the math, and I was like, wow, we drafted 20 games.
There's so many. So many.
At the rate we're going, it will literally take us another year.
But like you say, if we sit down and just bang them out, like do it after like a day drinking, into night drinking, you know, and just bang out a bunch of them at HQ.
Shout out to Rocket League. I made it into the semifinals in that tournament I'm playing in.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on, ITI, I hadn't heard about this.
So I'm playing in a tournament online through shout out to giantbomb.com. Big fan. That's actually the site that got me obsessed with podcasts. I am doing a Rocket League tournament through their forums, just all the different members. 12 teams total, I believe. We've made it into the semifinals, 4 teams left. Mm-hmm. We are playing the number 1 team right now.
Yep.
This team decimated every team before them. So I am quite confident that we will lose 3 games to none. But there is hope. So, hopefully I will keep you posted. It's Lamborghini Pizza Club. We're taking them on. Ray Finkel's Revival, going for the win. The upset.
I'll throw some mad shade their way.
Mad shade, huh? Alright, well maybe I'll stream it or something. So
okay, Rob can be black, but I can't.
Maybe I'll stream it on Twitch and you can try to jump on and try to give him bad shade that way. I don't know. Bad juju through Twitch. Who knows?
Might as well. I'll fart in a box and send it to them.
The bodily functions of Bwat, always winning over the crowd or winning over the underdog.
That's all A. That was all
possibly killing.
That was all gold content. That's wild though.
Yeah,
you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
So now this number 1 team, have you like watched film on that? Have you watched their games?
No, I wish. I don't know if they've streamed any of their games prior or what. But
because that's what we take. You need a montage. You have to like study, train.
Yeah. I mean, we got good chemistry though. The kids that I've been playing with, they're randoms. The kids that I'm playing with.
Is this Finkel's Revival? Is that you guys or you guys?
Ray Finkel's Revival. Do you get the reference?
Laces out.
Laces out, baby. Which doesn't make sense in a Rocket League game, but
Finkel is Einhorn.
It's always my go-to fantasy
Finkel.
football name, so I figured I'd make it also my Rocket League
Listen,
name.
it's all about attitudes, less about facts.
Yeah. Collie, you just filled up. What'd you fill up?
Freaking the Smittix here, laddie.
Oh, the Smittix, huh?
So I brought Guinness, of course, and I brought Smittix intending to make black and tans, but I don't know, PTFB too hard, and I don't know how to do all the effort or pouring out, making it mix. But I do love that. It's a cool effect.
Poured that fucking beer too hard?
Yeah, that's the one.
Alright.
But I mean, it's not that difficult, but you gotta get the spoon, and you gotta pour it, and I just wanted a beer.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like doing all that shit.
Sometimes you just want a beer.
And I do love it. I love the effect, and I love the taste. But yeah, so classic Smittix here. You know what I like though? Like a black and tan, but you mix, instead of doing a beer, you can do a cider. Like Strongbow, like an Irish cider. Call it a glass slipper. Actually, it's not bad.
So the cider is being mixed with the dark beer.
Yeah, so like you pour cider first, so it's like nice and clear, then you float a darker beer on top. And yeah, you know, it's not bad.
You know what would be good? I could see that being good with like a cinnamon stout. So you have like the apple cinnamon kind of thing working together.
Because it's all about that. If you like the cider, some people just hate it. Oh, I don't like apple juice. I don't want to. It's too sweet for me. I get that. I mean, that's legitimate. But I love it. And you know, like can't drink a ton of them, but it's nice to mix it in.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a little Irish cider tonight, but couldn't find it. So I'm sticking with
no Magners.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, it was the convenience store. You know.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, it's the country store, which has like the 4-leaf clovers, and it's like the signage.
No Magners. Huh?
As if it were an Irish country store, like the old country, like appealing to the white people, run by, Arabs. Like, who are they? Like, come on, man, what are we doing here? No, they had Guinness, Smittix, that was it. I think they might have had Killian's, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna cut one Magners cider, it's probably the first one.
Still, I like a Magners. I don't hate cider. I like a cider.
Yeah, I'm picky when it comes to cider. I don't like the sweet ones.
I hear you.
Deep cut, like Doc's Draft cider.
I don't think I've ever had.
Love it. They add a little bit more carbonation than most other ciders. It's a little bit drier. It's not too sweet.
See, I like a dry cider.
Yeah, you'd like this. Check this out. Doc's Draft apple cider.
Doc's Draft.
Yeah.
All right, man, I'll check them out.
They're
I like
pumpkin cider. Whew. Out of this world.
Fuck yeah. How about you, Ro? What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking the Jack's Abbey's Lashes, which is a red IPL.
Shouts to Jack's Abbey, local brewer.
Yep. It's pretty good beer. I mean, I figured red IPL, it's close to a red ale.
That's like an Irish...
in spirit of,
I like that.
An American spin on the Irish brew.
I like that.
Which, works for me. I'm fucking all as Irish can be, but also all American as can be.
So I was gonna ask that. Yeah, like what I was thinking today. I was wondering like what the lineage of the podcasters.
So for me,
I know we talk a lot about the chosen ones, but we don't really talk about the rest of us.
my lineage.
I thought you were Scottish.
One
I'm
English
Scottish.
man that
You're Scottish.
it's
Okay.
just the
Bwat.
story of an
Quarter
English man that
Scottish.
just kept boning Irish ladies. Somehow I have
Ray
the
Finkel?
most English name passed down.
Ray Finkel.
Ray Finkel.
Ray O'Finkel.
Ray Finkel boned a lot of Irish women. No. So I have
Mick Finkel.
I have an extremely English name.
You have a real English name.
English name. English.
I'm just saying, what language do you
Don't let your
speak?
fiance
English.
hear that.
English.
My name is Christopher Gray Barnes.
Fuck yeah, it is.
That is the most English name ever.
You sound like you could be a bad guy in Braveheart.
Yeah. Both my grandmothers are Irish, and one of my grandfathers is Irish. So that right there, that's 75% of the bunch, all Irish.
Right.
But
Oh wait, they're all Irish?
yeah,
Oh, I thought we were talking British.
no Irish.
Oh shit.
But the one grandfather on my father's side was English,
Oh shit.
or with an English name,
I
so
get
the
it.
Barnes name gets passed down.
There it is.
And then the Barnes name gets passed down
There it
again.
is.
And so I have a
He's
wicked
just-
Irish name,
he's
and I'm so Irish.
He's just declaring prima nocte on everybody's wife, just banging their wife first, fucking spreading the seed of 1,000 British dudes. That's hilarious. All right, so like if you break it down like percentage wise, or like pie chart the racial ethnic makeup.
I've never looked into it that much. I don't know if he's 100% English. I know he's probably not 100% English. I'm sure he's got some Scottish or whatever
Some
else
shit.
in there.
Yeah.
But I do know my mom's side is, for the most part, if not 100%, then almost 100% Irish.
What's the maiden name?
Gray.
Oh, there it is. Really?
But I don't know.
So you have
what-
the middle name, Gray?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You could have been Gray.
You could have been Christopher Gray.
Yeah, but my mom took on my father's name, which is Barnes.
So your middle name was her maiden name?
Yes.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
I never thought of doing that.
That's kind of common.
Really?
Yeah.
I have literally never heard of it.
I think
Yes, it happens.
I think
You
it's-
have heard of this?
I think
Yeah.
it depends on the
Like
last
bikers,
name,
well-
but I think Gray works as a middle name.
Hell
so
yeah, it
that's
does.
why-
It's bad fucking ass.
Yeah, so my middle name is my mom's maiden name,
And it's Gray. I mean, that's really
Yeah.
what it comes down to.
which is, I guess that could or could not be Irish. I don't know. That's kind of like a weird in between. That might
Middle.
be English.
Well, now hold on. Is it
See, I think-
G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y?
I think I always hear Gray and I associate it with Earl Grey. That's why
I was gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say, man. What kind, how do you
It's
spell?
A-Y.
A-Y. Interesting. So that's different. Isn't Earl Grey E-Y?
Sure, the English version.
Yeah.
And then the Irish were like,
Yeah,
oh,
EY
fuck you, laddie.
Fuck your vowels.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
that's...
Because it breaks down for me. It's just straight up like all Irish on my mom's side, half Irish on my dad's side. So like 75% Irish, 25% Italian. That's what it breaks down for me.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, I'll drink to that, man. But
To mostly being Irish.
today, everyone's Irish.
Basically, all
Everybody-
I know is I keep asking my mom, like, every 3 to 5 years, I'm like, Mom, what am I? She's like, you're fucking all Irish, stop asking. So I'm like, well, alright,
Well,
I guess
alright
I'm
then.
all Irish.
Drink like it's your ancestors' responsibility.
Quarter Scottish, quarter English. That's my grandmother and grandfather. And apparently my mom's grandparents are from Russia.
Yeah, one of those.
Oh, well, that meant like Russian Jew. Is that where the Jewish
Yep.
come from? That makes sense.
Last name Bleckman.
Yep.
Changed to Blackman.
Right.
I don't-
Anglicized, thank God.
This might come off as very ignorant, and it is. But I don't mean it in an offensive ignorant, I mean it in a curiosity.
This is a
Just-
serious ignorance,
Just,
right?
just say it.
I feel like a lot of Jewish people have a lot of different, very diverse lineage.
Probably.
Is that true?
I
That's
think,
true.
I
I feel
think
like
it's
a
like
lot of Jewish people I talk to, they're like, well, my father is 25% Polish.
we kept getting kicked out of
25%
places.
Russian. And
Well, I was gonna say it speaks to the the pervasiveness of the Jewish
Yeah.
diaspora, where they're just scattered all
that's a
over
good
the
point.
globe.
Yeah. So that is.
I don't think that's ignorant. I think that was very profound.
Yeah.
I think we might be a bit Turkish.
I bet.
I don't
wouldn't-
know.
I wouldn't doubt it. But that's just what the robot is trained to say when he's asked about his lineage. Truth is, Watson's a robot who's like got like this beautiful AI that tracks all his lineage, and he's really proud of it. We know. We're on to you now, Watson.
Why find it so like IBM Watson?
I know. Watson. Yeah, man. Yeah, John, too bad John's not here. Hopefully he listens to that, because that's classic. Excellent.
Well, anyway, we kind of skipped it over. Rob, are you playing anything?
Just Rocket League.
Just Rocket League.
Just fully strapped into Rocket League.
Don't sound so down on it. That's an okay thing.
I love that we have all these other games. Literally, we have 95% of the rest of the games we have to play. And we're still playing the one game.
Is that going to be the game that makes you break down and finally buy a console?
Probably. I was pricing them out today for sure.
You can get a refurbished for $240.
Ooh, $240. That's not bad.
I don't know. I don't have that much experience with refurbished stuff, but I think we get a couple of games with it.
I'll probably just break down by.
I bought a refurbished 360 and it lasted me about 3 to 5 years.
Interesting.
All right.
That's a pretty big gap. So
yeah, that's better than like the
accurate metric. 3 to 5. That's almost 50% of the
that's better than
may or may not have happened.
It's better than the 7 that John had.
Nice.
I love it, man. I love it. It's very fun. So for everyone who hasn't played it, Rocket League, you get it on anything now. It's all like next gen consoles, Xbox One, PS4, PC. Just get it.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what was it? $20, $40, whatever it was.
Free for PS4 people.
That's true.
But yeah, $20 otherwise.
That's
now,
true.
Chris, I have a quick question because I haven't renewed. My PSN is done. I haven't re-upped. Do I have to pay for it now?
Did you claim it when you had it before?
Yeah.
Then you're good.
Okay, cool. So I thought I might have to pay for it.
I think as long as you claim it while you have PS Plus, those games are now tied to your account.
Awesome.
And as long as you then... You can't play it right now until you re-up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do that. It just...
You have to re-up, otherwise it will charge you, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
I have to re-up my Xbox Live Gold too, but I haven't had a reason to.
Well, speaking of Rocket League, I'm going to move on to topics, if that's okay.
Professional segue.
I knew this was going to be your topic.
So, Rocket League,
Microsoft
just announced that they are now supporting or encouraging cross-play online between consoles.
So that means possibility of PC, Xbox, PS4,
shit, all throughout Wii U. Fuck, I don't know.
Whatever the fuck Amazon's little system that they tried to put out and failed.
So
the NX.
Everybody plays together.
So, well,
what happened to
yes
Steam
and no.
machines?
So Microsoft has said it's up to the developers, but they have said because this is historic.
I was gonna say this is
Microsoft has been douches about this for a while now. They've very much so said it's a closed platform. We won't allow it. Stay within Microsoft. Stay within Xbox. Not even stay within Microsoft. No, fuck PC. They've said stay within Xbox.
Right.
And they've now said we will open up the doors. Any developer that wants to allow it, we will allow it. The first game that will support it is Rocket League.
So that'll be cool.
Because PS4 and PC players can already play together. To now have that third layer of Xbox, this is epic. I don't know how many other games will leverage this. I mean, Street Fighter V right now can be played on PC and PS4 together. That's exclusive, so unfortunately they can't leverage it on the Xbox side because that game doesn't come out for Xbox. But who knows what other systems might leverage this?
I'm trying to think of like free-to-play games.
Well, so I'm thinking. So
is World of Tanks still a thing?
I'm wondering if some of these bigger companies haven't been leveraging this feature just because they're like, well, what's really the advantage here? I mean, we can only go PS4 to PC. How much does that bolster our community?
Would that make
now suddenly you bring in
coding
consoles? What?
Would coding be easier for that, or
I think it'd be way harder. I would think.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Because now you kind of have to.
It would be harder if you have to go on their servers. If you have a server of your own servers, it might not be too bad.
Yes and no. There are still a lot of security / what's the word I'm looking for? Like parental issues that you have to keep in mind. Like on PlayStation 4, when you're playing on Rocket League, like fuck, I just said like you guys drink. I drink.
There it is. You just self-reported. I'm telling you, I do not notice.
I've probably said it multiple other times.
You have. I haven't said anything.
On PS4, when you're playing Rocket League, most of the time, I'm trying to think how it works. You can't see a Steam user's name because Steam doesn't care about what's in your account name. So you could say, "Fuck babies, I like women" could be your Steam name.
Okay.
PS4, Sony isn't cool with that, right? That's not like.
I don't think I'm
safe.
cool with that. I don't think I would be alright with that if you wrote that as just your name.
Yeah, that's a weird name. So they would blank that out. Whereas on Steam, they don't care. But
So
now, suddenly, if you're making a game, you need to build in some sort of hook that says, if you're a Steam user, I need to blank it out if you're a PS4 user. But if you're a Steam user, you can show anything. So you need to kind of have that extra layer of logic that determines when do I show a name and how do I show it and all that.
So it would definitely be on their part, like the developers, like, all right, to make this crossplay work, is it worth, figuring out all those bugs and like making all those provisions, so that each side's like, guidelines and policies and shit is followed. So,
which, to me, I would think that sometimes might be worth it. I mean, there's certain games, like, let's take Evolve, for instance. That came out, and that just died off.
That would have been better.
Almost instantly.
Because the communities were small.
Exactly.
Would have built the community
Had
more.
it had a three-way community,
nice.
yeah, 3 ways, it would have benefited that game a lot more.
I think that the Division kind of wishes that
Intruders!
that had come out for them.
Intrusion!
Hi!
Hey, Kimmie.
Kimmie on the Pubcast!
Whoa, 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 whoa!
A PSA, free ice cream day or free cone day at Dairy Queen.
Which is good for the people that will hear this in 72
2
hours.
days later.
They've
Well, we like
missed.
to rub it in,
My brother, so I met my brother and my sister-in-law at the Dairy Queen. And my
For the
brother-
first time?
Damn, we had the same joke.
For the first time.
Cheers, Watson.
And my brother was just ripping farts the entire time.
I've been doing that
would
too.
be one.
Ripping farts.
These two have been fighting nonstop. It's the worst podcast ever. Having a terrible time.
It's not going to stop anytime soon. I'm just warning you.
They just kept like drifting over to my direction too, and they were stinkers.
I'm sure the dairy ice cream was not helping
It
you.
was definitely not helping. I think that was the
Did you get a
cause.
second free cone?
I did not get a second.
Oh.
I only got the one.
Could you get two?
Oh, yeah.
Well, because she went to get a cone with me,
Oh.
came back to drop me off, and then went back to meet them.
Right. Shout out to the many Dairy Queens in the greater Boston area.
I told them the story of the North Attleboro versus Foxborough
Yeah,
mix-up.
and there are 0 Dairy Queens in Rhode Island. 0.
None?
None.
Listen, that's the new focus of the podcast. It's time to bring Dairy Queen to Rhode Island. It's been too long. It's 2016, goddammit.
I meant to ask you, on the way I was driving in, I was behind someone from Rhode Island. Why do they drive 20 miles per hour under the speed limit? All the time. Why do they drive like old grandmas?
Probably because it wasn't
I was gonna say, wasn't it all the way?
No, I drive that way though sometimes.
Damn, you kid.
I
Was it
drive-
Kimmie?
But you also
It
have
might
an
be.
old grandma spirit.
I do. I am a grandma at heart. That is.
Everyone from Rhode Island drives. Every time we go down to soccer, which we play soccer in Rhode Island, they are so slow.
It depends
They
on
will
who
not go
you're
the friggin' speed limit.
They're either super slow or speed demons.
Or no blinker, or all the above.
Oh,
It's never,
I hate the
they
no blinker.
never use their blinkers. It's not a sometimes.
That's
they never.
a pet peeve.
Rolling
I hate
stops.
the no blinker.
That's
Rolling
another
stops.
big thing.
I'm guilty of all of these.
I was gonna
things,
say, I
so-
do all these things. Although, that's not true. I'm pretty considerate with my blinker, but I never fully stop. That's a joke. Never do the speed limit. That is just, what are you kidding me? Except the school zones and like residential shit, I pretty much abide by that. But the highway, you fucking kidding me?
Unless school's out, and then.
Well, that's true.
fine.
That's true.
fine.
Yeah, no, I
Hey,
guess
Mom.
It just if someone's going
25, fuck you.
never go under the speed limit. That's just disrespectful for everyone else on the road.
That's true. That should be, you should be allowed to like make a citizen's arrest or like a citizen's,
In
make them speed up.
Connecticut.
Connecticut has
It's
speed
illegal.
minimums.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, in Germany, on the Autobahn.
Get some more culture on the culture
Yeah.
cast.
So cops won't pull you over for how fast you're going, but they will pull you over if you're going too slow. And
Goddamn
Hey, it's a
Germans.
safety hazard.
it is a safety hazard.
Especially on
and,
the Autobahn, right? When they're fucking flying.
Yeah, so like
Listen, you're
everyone
going
is
100
very
road
good.
ahead.
If you see someone booking it, you move over to the right, you let them pass. Like it's very no one passes on the right there. And yeah,
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be,
Yeah.
truly. Because if everybody respects the game,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any of our listeners being shitty drivers out there. There's no excuse after this PSA.
Them Germans, they know what's up.
I said they got that right. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Sausage, beer, and driving on the
Driving
highway.
on the highway. Yeah.
Now, if only a certain war didn't happen, I would actually like them.
Yeah, that was a tragedy.
Is that Vietnam?
Yeah.
Korea. I'm stupid.
Goddamn, Vietnam's what happened.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
And did you guys hear the most interesting man in the world is retiring? They were like
Dos Equis.
The Dos Equis, yeah.
I think we talked about this, didn't we? Like one or two episodes ago?
So.
Oh, did you guys touch on this?
Last week, maybe?
I think. Was that the drunk one? Or the really drunk one?
Two episodes ago, I accused Dos Equis of not being brewed in Mexico, which turned out to be false. But I corrected that on air, so I don't feel bad about that. And we talked about him as being like a cool ad campaign, like we liked his style, we thought that was funny. And then, I don't know if you guys touched on it already, but he's hanging it up.
Yeah, because last week's episode was called Two Hickeys, and we talked about how you could use the two X's. It could have been a lot cooler.
That's what it was about?
Maybe that's the new one, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh. What about the most interesting woman in the world? Is that what's coming next?
Ooh.
2016, Dos Equis.
That is true. Women are in.
I hope it's Helen here.
Women are in.
She was. Did you see the Budweiser commercial?
No.
Oh my god. It was amazing. She was the one where she was like telling people not to drink and drive.
Yeah.
And she was just being like, badass. Just laying it out there.
Was that the Super Bowl one?
Yeah, that was the Super Bowl one, yeah. She's got the Bud Heavy and a cheeseburger. And it's Helen Mirren telling people like not to drink and drive. Because like, she just called them out. Like, shat on them. Like, straight up saying
As
like,
she should.
if you're a drunk, like, if you drink and drive, you're a piece of shit. Just with the cheeseburger and a Bud Heavy. I was like, this is the best commercial of all time. I love this. But anyway, so yeah, I was gonna say, he's like a legend. I mean, those commercials were funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Had to have been going on for at least about 10 years.
I was gonna say like a decade, right?
Yeah.
Guy's got his money's worth now.
He can speak Russian
So many memes out of that guy.
in French.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so many memes. But like, so my question is, what it came down to is like, who would fill that void? I don't know. The woman was like, I think the obvious answer,
Me.
but like,
Dolph
I was gonna
Lundgren.
say, yeah, maybe there's just another looking for the second most.
The least
The sun.
interesting man in the world.
least.
Big denim
Wait.
box.
Did the guy that played Tommy Gunn in the 5th Rocky movie, did he die of an overdose?
That is an outrageously obscure question.
Are you
There is
guys
a side.
doing over and under for this?
No,
We
we
should.
should have. Especially for the last episode ever in this.
Alright, so that's one. That was the first one we've heard. Alright, from here on out. What do
They're all coming from
Whoa.
Dairy Queen.
Oh, here we
Does
go.
that count as two?
No, that's one. That's
I
one
think that's the same
cycle.
siren.
One cycle or one? Alright, I'll give it to you.
It's the same line of things going to the same place.
I say over under 1.5 for the rest of the podcast.
I want to go with 2.5.
Wow.
I'll go under for 2.5.
I'll definitely go
I
under
think
for
there's gonna be
2.5.
one more.
What about for 1.5?
I go over.
Still go
I
I
under.
think
think
there's
it's
one more cycle coming.
1.5 I'd go over. 2.5 I think I'd still go over.
Wow.
I'm risking it.
Watson, if it comes down, you're just gonna call 911 just to this address. Just oh, there it is. There's 3.
Hi,
There's
yes,
the third siren.
there's a dead raccoon outside my apartment.
Oh.
Cheers to the dead raccoon.
Oh.
Cheers to the dead raccoon.
I'll drink to the
Which
dead
is
raccoon.
probably
Rest in peace.
probably now a hat.
That's it.
A really poorly homemade hat.
I'm gonna miss the character over here. So it's still in Foxborough. The new
Yeah.
place still in Foxborough.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I don't know if it'll have the same charm.
I definitely won't miss our, high as a kite neighbor coming up to, like, literally, we were leaving the door, we
John's
were
your neighbor?
walking out the front door, and one of our neighbors from 2 doors down was just standing right in front of the screen door as we're walking out, and I was just like, hi? He was like,
Yes, I am.
hey, have you guys, like, seen a fat cat around?
You mean that dead raccoon?
And we're like, no, we haven't seen a fat cat around. Oh, he's my cat. He got out. He's scrappy though, so he'll probably be okay. But if you see him, can you let me know?
No fat cat ever even scrappy. Does not apply to fat cats. Are not anything but scrappy. That's hilarious.
Can you
Did
imagine a scrappy Garfield?
I was just thinking that.
Well, he's just trying to get some lasagna. He's not trying to
he might
fight
eat
for his
scraps.
life. That's true. I guess how you use the term scrappy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tough and will fight other cats. No, he'll eat garbage.
So I guess moving on to Kimmie.
Literally
welcome to the
moving
show.
on from this house and also
Yes,
in the
moving on
podcast.
to topics. Bwat seems to be excited. He's doing his little excited
This
topic
came
job
out.
dance.
This came out today, because there was GDC.
Yeah.
I want to say it was today. PlayStation VR is coming out in October, and it's going to be $400.
Wait, that actually came out?
Look at the headline.
Wow. Hold on. Holy crap. Wait, hold on.
Came out 2 hours ago, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard it first here 3 days after it broke.
Alright. Well, that's awesome that it's not exorbitantly expensive like the others.
Yeah, I know. It's relatively cheap compared to
That
everything
is
else.
half the
Alright,
price of
so
the Steam Plus.
ITI a little bit here. What are we talking about? Can you
It's-
only play like PlayStation games, or can you have like
Well, it is called PlayStation VR.
So, but like, can you use it as like, can you view 3D video in it? Like, you have to only just stick to games.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I'm going to go with a no.
I just assumed that it was anything that would work on a PlayStation.
The movies is a good question, though.
Because 3D video is bang.
Yeah, and technically you can play
And like
video
Oculus and
on
stuff like that, you can
PS4.
play games, but you can also just like use it, you know. And
Well, you know
view.
the new Samsungs come with a free VR
So now
headband.
they have like
You can
the,
make that
the
a
headband.
freaking cardboard,
It's like
though.
the big like pair of
I know.
goggles, and like it has an attachment so it holds your phone.
Mhm.
Those are cool. I've seen those like Firefly. There's like a
Mhm.
cheap like $50-$60 one, whatever it is. But I've seen higher end ones that are nice. I like where this is going, man. I think VR is gonna be wild.
And-
Yes and no. I'm still hesitant.
Well, you might not be when I say that Star Wars Battlefront is coming to VR.
Nice.
That's a big thing. I don't know when. I'm assuming October. That would be a good launch pairing with it. If Polygon, that piece of shit site, will load, I will tell you when it's coming out.
This is the A1 content here.
I'm
again on
still
the
waiting
Push
for
Start
them to
Pubcast.
announce No Man's Sky to leverage VR.
Try it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
drippy
was
drip.
that me?
It was my fault because I didn't accept it.
Well,
I thought she was tears.
actually, but
It's like,
You know
yes, I
what's-
like that take also, Kimmie.
No Man's Sky comes out in what, June?
Yes,
Mid-June.
June 21st or 23rd.
So by the time October comes around, they might, like, Sony might be able to get some VR work done with Hello Games. Should be
One would
okay.
help. One would think.
What is that?
Also,
I'll tell you in a second.
there's gonna be Assassin's Creed VR thingy. I think it's related to the movie. So that's like two
Yeah,
pretty cool
so
things that are
the
coming
movie is
out.
going to have a VR
You're gonna
experience.
see Fassbender's
Also-
dick because he's so big
There's also a Star Wars one.
in VR.
I don't know how good the Star Wars one's gonna be. Trials of Tatooine. I hope it's not pod racing. Although it would be kind of cool if it was pod
I was
racing.
gonna say, you hope it's not pod racing?
Dude, Anakin could suck a dick.
Yeah, but pod
Yeah,
racing
but
is
pod
awesome.
racing can suck my dick.
In VR? Oh my god. It's like the wildest, most dangerous and exciting
In,
sport.
in VR, it would be cool on the
Yes.
screen with that weird.
And
Well,
that's
the thing with the giant nose, that was weird.
so to be clear, that's separate from the Star Wars Battlefront thing.
Yes, there's two Star Wars things, and the Assassin's Creed thing linked to the movie. I think.
Is the Star Wars Tatooine thing linked to the movie, or is it linked
No.
to a game?
I
Is it
actually
a
don't
game
know.
thing, or is it a movie
It's
thing?
its own independent thing. I don't think it's related to Rogue One.
But it's a game.
Yes. Let me check. I want to say yes, but it might be like a cinematic thing. It'd be interesting. Either one would be interesting.
Do you Googles?
Go to
So,
the twits real quick.
droid rate, or what are those, the little...
Droid racing would be
what-
funny too.
what-
Phones.
That's, what are the things that fly around?
X-wings, Y-wings,
X-wings,
A-wings,
Y-wings.
B-wings.
No, like the things that you control,
Drones?
Droids.
Droids,
Or
okay.
drones.
Drones, sorry, drones.
Droid drones.
Drones are basically, like, they're doing the drone racing.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically modern pod racing.
Which is awesome.
That's true.
Right?
That's
What if we had giant drones?
You just
and we
need, like,
rode
the
them?
little Lego Anakin Skywalker in the drone.
That would be cool.
And it's Star Wars.
Drones are cool.
That's true.
Little PSA though. Like, be careful. Fuck your finger up real
Yeah.
bad with
Yeah.
the drone. Even like a cheap plastic one,
Mm-hmm.
you can like give yourself a pretty good nick.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
Not personal experience, but like
Cut your finger.
familial experience. Because I've seen the shit. It's not great. And like famous people, who's like the Spanish singer. He somebody at a concert of his was like,
Enrique
"Fuck."
Iglesias.
That's the one.
I
Martin
threw one
Lawrence.
out and I got it.
He nailed it. He tried to catch the drone. It was like a diesel one. It chopped his finger up. He had to go and get he had to get stitches and shit.
It's like, this is not pyrotechnics.
This is not part of the
This
show.
is- this
Like
is
Enrico,
fun.
people in the front row lose their minds. Yeah, oh my
Well, you should probably wash
Blood
your
everywhere.
hands. I've had sex with a lot of people.
So, it's a VR game. It doesn't look like there's pod racing. But it looks like there might be. Oh, you're using a lightsaber to block incoming projectiles, so that's cool.
That's very cool.
I'm down with that shit.
Now, when you have a VR, it'd be cool if you had like a VR lightsaber.
I mean, you probably have a stick.
Like the Wii.
Like, yeah, you have like a Wii
You have a
essentially.
stick, you have the stick, and then
That's amazing.
it'll show
Well,
on
that's
in
cool
your
as shit.
view that has a.
It would be cool if it was like
That's what I'm gonna
like a
call it.
lightsaber
Oh,
handle, but
okay.
it also had like a trigger too. So like you could
It
just
does.
so like you can use it as a gun too,
Yeah.
Most of
and then
them
you can also use it as like
That's going back to
I don't
like,
know
the
about PlayStation,
light
but
gun
Steam
days.
and Oculus both have like triggers on them.
This all makes me very excited.
Oculus or Vive also has touch pads on the top, so your
How
thumbs
much
are
are the
like
other systems?
touch pads, and then the other ones are triggers.
Like, I know one of them is like.
Oculus is
one's like 800, right? Or
600, and the Vive is 800.
How much was the PlayStation one? I'm sorry. It's
$399.
$399. Okay, so it's
Doesn't
like
mean-
the amount of.
It's half the price
Like-
of.
Although there might be, I don't know. Oh shit! I should have wrote this down, but like apparently there's like another camera you can get, so they might add like another $50, but still that's a pretty good price.
It's better than the Vive and the Oculus.
Yeah, I mean it's still, it's still at the moment $100 more than a PS4. So
I feel like I would get
Get what you
motion
want.
sickness doing.
they've added in stuff to
Some
limit
people
that.
get very
Yeah.
sick.
I think they've been trying to fight that.
You know, like
But,
the
yeah.
VR stuff in Disney.
Yeah,
Some people get very sick
Yeah.
to VR.
and like if you go to like the like Jordan's Furniture, you go to like the IMAX theater,
Mhm.
or, like you go like the mall thing. Like sometimes like that.
awesome.
If you can't
Fuck
do
yeah.
that, I probably would not do VR
Yeah.
because
No.
I've heard it can be very stimulating.
Speaking about Jordan's Furniture, Kelly's is like the best sandwich place.
Shouts to
ever.
the roast beef, man. I
Dude,
don't know.
I
Chris,
got-
don't say. I'll put my seal of approval.
I
on
know
that.
it's not. I gotta say, it's great.
It's great roast.
Love
beef.
it,
We have the most random ass podcast.
dude. Kelly's.
But I'd like
is the
to
shit.
take this opportunity to extend a warm invitation to our friends at Oculus and PlayStation and Jordan's Furniture and Kelly's Roast Beef to send some free shit our way, because I will definitely give you a good review. Like, my opinion is 100% for sale. Send some free shit, I'll be your biggest fan. So that's to all of you and all our friends out there.
VR looks like it's on the rise. It's definitely, at least
Sure.
the PlayStation one looks great. I'm totally down to play Battlefront on VR. Don't want to spend the money. Maybe I'll find a way to sneak my way into like a free event.
I'm probably gonna pay money for 100-foot robot golf. So
That's a
what?
good call.
there's a game coming out called 100-foot robot golf.
It's half
Yeah.
golf, half mech fighter, half you're on the moon jumping.
Or in the city.
You're also on the moon.
You're a 100-foot robot that plays golf through a city, and you
It felt
whack
very
balls,
Wait,
self-explanatory.
this is
you
VR.
topple down buildings, and
Yeah.
That
we,
sounds amazing.
we
Yeah.
talked about it on episode 7.
yeah.
I would
It looks
be
great.
all about
Yeah,
that.
40 episodes ago.
Uh-huh. It's a callback.
I missed that one.
There it is.
It was early
You didn't
on.
catch episode 7 too?
I'm sorry.
So do we,
We
have
were
any
young.
other, Rob, you got any topics?
Well,
Go ahead,
Bwat.
B. What
no,
you got, son?
it's concerning you, because I think you met this dude.
Who?
Didn't you meet someone from Dapper Pixel? Someone did, because they reached out to us on
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Twitter.
Oh, no. I saw this, though, and that's an excellent point.
Who
What?
was that?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
So somebody,
It wasn't
yeah.
me either. So was it Sean?
Or are they just bullshitting? And this is just like a little, an in. Just, we met someone of you.
I thought it was
cheating.
you.
It was not me.
What is?
Hey, hold on.
Okay,
It
let's
could be-
ITI, because this is a very
Hold on.
inside thing.
I haven't done enough research. I do have a friend. I want to make a shout out. I promised him I would. I am testing a kid I work with's game that they're
Wasn't that
developing.
shout out? Wasn't that New Hell Games?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They followed us on Twitter, but this is something different. This
There's
is a different
someone
one.
named Dapper Pixel who said they met someone from our site. I was looking forward to listening to the podcast.
Right.
Now,
It wasn't me.
a couple of weeks ago, I did talk to someone when I was drunk, but they didn't say anything about their own,
Well, that was.
website
Did
or
you give them a
anything.
business card?
Drunk
No, I
networking
didn't.
is the best now.
This is classic. This is classic
I'm
Push
pretty
Start
sure-
Pubcast. We have so many business cards like sitting in John's basement every time we are out in public in a situation where it would be appropriate.
It's always the
no
time
one
when
has
we need
one.
it most.
The only
check.
time we need them, we don't have them. Routinely. Oh shit. Well, did you get? Yeah. How many do you have left?
5?
Did you have 6?
I don't know.
Well, shouts to Dapper Pixel. We don't know who you are, but thanks for reaching out.
Let's look it up though. Maybe they were games or something.
Yeah, hopefully they're not like making like Nazi games or something like we don't want to be. We just shutted them out. They're like some horrible people.
They have a pretty cool shirt.
We're the Donald Trump of video game podcasts.
They have some cool
Might
shirts.
get rich, but in a bad way.
They have a Pokemon shirt where you choose Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. I'm cool with that. There's a Metro shirt, like the Metro Last Light and Metro.
I'm down with that.
2033, was that it?
Okay.
And
So they don't sound like neo-Nazis or like
No.
white supremacists. Alright, that's really all I'm worried about.
They had like 5 or 6 shirts. They all look pretty cool.
So speaking of Pokemon, someone,
Segway.
right? You're
Yay.
welcome. Someone decided to. Chris was looking at this the other day online. Someone redrew all the presidential candidates as Pokemon,
I
and
saw
they did Bernie.
I saw Trump as Muck.
Yep, Trump was Muck.
Trump
and
is
then,
Muck. Probably the best is Hypno Cruise. It was Cruise to a T. Just hypnotified.
I don't know. I like Charmander as Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Charmander.
Feel
Bernie.
the burn.
Feel the pain.
Because everyone
Mr.
loves
Bernie.
Charmander.
Mr.
B-U-R-N-I-E.
I like
yeah,
that.
Feel the burn.
Charmander's the most...
He is.
Charmander's initially challenging, but once you get further in the game, he's awesome. He's the best.
Yeah.
Same with Bernie Sanders.
A
Exactly.
little challenging at first, but you know, when you
Because
come around.
trying to beat Brock and Misty with a Charmander is no easy feat.
So, question for you guys.
Okay.
Middle school to now,
Yep.
who was your favorite Pokemon in middle school
Ooh.
versus now?
Oh Lord. That's an excellent question.
Right now my favorite is it's always been Hypno.
Always been Hypno.
Because Hypnos was my,
Hypnos Bay.
because you always need a Psychic, but I didn't really have anyone to trade with to get... Because, like, when I got into that weird point where no one had a link cable, but we all wanted a link cable. But then, as soon as everyone got a link cable, the Game Boy Advance came out and everyone was like, fuck it. So we just moved on to other things, but Hypno was like the psychic Pokemon that, like, you taught him Hypnosis, taught him Dream Eater, so you could pretty much stay alive forever.
Sure.
Psychic, and either your choice of Confusion or Headbutt.
So there were no other side Pokemon. It was always...
Hypno was my
Hypno.
psychic buddy.
Yeah, okay.
In my new version, I have nicknamed him God, as I have showed
He's your
in the
one
group
and
chat.
only.
He's the best.
The bottom bitch.
But like Charizard too. He's not.
Okay.
Charizard is really cool looking. He's not the best type wise because he can get fucked up by certain guys, but he's pretty cool.
Nice.
See, I never played it like, you know, I collected the cards and like played the card game a little bit, but like, you know, it was pretty much just based on like what was the coolest looking card that I had most of the time. But I was talking about this before, I love the legendary birds. They're always the coolest. I don't know why, but like
Zapdos,
Yeah.
Articuno, Moltres.
Zapdos was my jam.
something about Articuno, I don't know, it always like resonated with me.
That's
But I think, I don't know, I was like, it's hard not to be cliche, but Charizard was such a G. I don't know, man.
no, he was the best.
What was the one that was kind of like it looked kind of like Barney? It was like a
So,
dinosaur.
Dragonite.
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 I had a holographic Dragonite, and like, it was my prized possession. I loved having that. I had a little like extra
Dragonite
plastic
and
slip.
Gyarados are
Yeah.
my jams as a kid.
Nice. But over time,
I've learned to appreciate the awesomeness that is Snorlax.
Snorlax is cool. Snorlax is chill.
Because Snorlax is clearly just a fat, stoned, vegged out Pokemon.
super into Xanax.
That just, yeah.
I don't know if you've played Diamond and Pearl, but there's a Pokemon called Infernape. He's my favorite.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm not well versed in the newer Pokemon.
He's a fire monkey.
But
He's half fighting, half fire, so he can punch you and hit you with fire.
I
It's
really
awesome.
appreciated throughout my entire life is Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan, nice.
Just like this motherly creature that will
Because
fuck
there's
you
like
up.
there's
And
like some
she
weird
looks like a
backstory with
kangaroo.
that.
But she's a dinosaur, and she has a little baby in her
People
pocket.
think that the baby is a Cubone.
There is also a giraffe Pokemon, right?
Girafarig.
Yeah.
There's
like
Gen
the
2.
giraffe Pokemon.
He was interesting.
But that's just because I love giraffes.
Giraffes are interesting. I do enjoy them. I like to watch them fight.
Is he
Which
an
is
emerald?
kind of a little morbid, but like it's just swinging heads.
Is he an emerald?
Maybe? I don't remember. You're the one that's playing it. He was in Gen 2. He might have been in the Gen 3 games, but I don't remember.
What's
it's been a little
Gen
while. Gen 2 was Gold and Silver and Crystal.
Okay. And then Emerald is Ruby and Sapphire?
Yes, Ruby Sapphire.
Gotcha.
I didn't collect the cards.
Boo.
I didn't play the game, but
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid.
I found my deck. I found my deck when I was looking through stuff last week.
That's amazing.
It's awesome. Dragon types all the way.
Yes.
I have 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I was
Stop it.
I was very tempted to go online and be like, what do I do to get the Blue Eyes Ultimate?
Yeah. Serious. Yeah.
It's very tempting in my, like, now that I have money.
I mean, I wouldn't judge you for it because I understand.
Your parents might.
But
we won't.
Who cares?
But no, I do remember like going through the decks of kids at school. I really liked, in terms of the way that like I had no idea if Pokemon had any sort of function whatsoever, but it was like the Ponyta or
Ponyta! Evolving into Rapidash was
Ponyta
fucking
is
cool.
nasty.
Yeah,
Rapidash is sick.
I just like Ponyta
Rapidash
because
is
it had
awesome.
like a fire tail and it looked cool as
One of my
cool as
favorite
shit.
Pokemon Snap levels. You take a picture of a bunch of Ponytas.
Ah, nice.
Dude, I'm surprised they haven't remade that.
Me too.
That would have been great.
That would be a sick VR game.
That would be a sick VR game.
Have you ever played Pokemon Snap, Kimmie?
No.
You'd love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good game.
I
remember
feel like-
You drive
Oh,
on a cart.
There's a
And
fire
you have a
level.
camera, and there's a bunch of Pokemon throughout the world. Like,
Yeah.
there's different courses that you're on a track going through.
Do you remember how to get the Moltres?
I don't know.
You have to
if I remember that part.
you have to throw. It's the fire level. You
Yeah,
have to
I do
throw,
remember that.
Throw like
Anyway,
shit at
before we
the
get
egg.
into the details, so you're on a track. There's different courses.
Yeah.
And as you're on this track that you can't really control, other than I think you can control its speed, but you just have a camera.
Maybe, yeah.
And you're looking around and you just find Pokemon and stuff, but you can throw stuff to like make them do special things.
There's an apple and a Pokeball.
And if you time it right, so like
Maybe?
if you just see a Charmander, that might be worth 10 points. But if you get a Charmander doing its special move and you take a picture while it's doing that,
Yeah, you get bonus.
it's worth 50 points.
Okay.
So it's all about just trying to snap pictures of people or Pokemon at the right time.
That sounds
I
amazing.
think you
And it's
also only have like
Really addicting.
you only have like 40 or 50 shots per round. I
yeah,
want to
so
say.
you can't take too many shots of one Pokemon, otherwise you waste all your film.
Did I ever tell you guys what happened when I bought my first Pokemon cards?
No.
I have
So
a couple guesses, but no.
So it was about to be my cousin's birthday, and I wanted to get Pokemon cards, and she's like, okay, we'll buy 3, and you can have 2, we'll give 1 to him. I chose 2. Guess which card was in the pack that I sent him?
Holographic Blastoise.
Nope.
Holographic Charizard.
Yup.
Wow.
I sent him a Charizard. Never thanked me. No,
That's like giving
Really?
somebody like a winning lottery, like a scratch ticket, and they win like 10 grand.
I did get
Like,
well,
How
yeah,
valuable would that card be today?
at least $125.
I'd
I
sell
mean,
that shit real fast.
yeah. I mean, I did get a
have
holographic.
it framed like up in your living room. Like, that's
I got a holographic Poliwrath and I think a holographic Machamp out of the other one, so it wasn't like. I mean, they both evened out.
Yeah.
I think I might have lost them
Is
at
one of those
recess though.
things I wish I still had. As nerdy as that sounds, it's not Pokemon.
Your
much.
Pokemon.
that's not nearly the nerdiest thing we've said on this podcast.
I might still have.
Over
You just missed us talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! So
500. I
that might have
had
been
a lot of cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the shit. Like, come on.
Dude, these things were all this. Remember Crazy Bones?
Yeah.
You guys
Dude.
remember those?
No.
Yes, I
We had,
remember
like, a
being at
Marbles
Macy's
phase at our
with
school,
those.
too.
Marbles, yep.
Pogs.
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 Pogs were huge.
Pogs were huge.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. And happy Daylight Savings.
Yes.
Oh,
Which is
fuck that.
A holiday that usually isn't a big drinking holiday, but we're certainly going to celebrate.
I didn't know that Arizona didn't do that.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't-
annoying when you have
And
people.
color rock.
Really?
I work with people in Arizona. It's really
There's
friggin'
one or
annoying.
two states that don't do it.
They just don't get it. Like, they just like when you like, oh man, spring forward,
Fucking
send the clocks
right.
forward. Like, no, we don't do that shit.
Fuck it.
But yeah, that's definitely a drinking holiday now. That's what we're all about. Top of the morning to everybody.
Top of the wall.
L'chaim.
Yeah, man.
So raise your glasses. May the beer be bitter, but always drinkable. May the games be challenging, but always winnable. May the pumpkins always be awesome.
Cheers. I'll drink to that.
Cheers. Bwat.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
PTFB, buddy.
Push that fucking button.
I thought you said PTSD, and I was a little concerned.
Push that saucy
Stinking
button. You know what to do.